Hello and welcome to another video about Unreal Engine 5. In this video we'll make a tank and make it move and make the tracks animate with each bump and follow the uh, wheel movement. Also make the tracks look like they are moving and also implement the turning of the tank in place. And if we have time, we will implement shooting and turning the turret and aiming the gun. Now let's start. This BMP I made before. Now I'll make a new vehicle, new tracked vehicle. Let's choose vehicle, wheeled vehicle pawn, p underscore G72 tank. We will use the vigilante content. We'll use the T72. First, let's make a new animation blueprint and open it and make sure the class settings we choose the vehicle animation instance, and let's add the wheel handler, mesh ref pose, wheel controller, and we are finished. For now we do not need anything from this animation blueprint. Now let's go back to our tank blueprint. Here let's choose the T72, and for the animation blueprint also T72. Let's add the spring arm, make it 150 or 100, make it spring arm length for 1500 or 1250, and add a camera. Now on the spring arm, let's check the pawn rotation. Use pawn control rotation to make it rotate with the mouse movement. The camera, reset the location, and here let's start with turn right left and look up. Turn right left, add control rotation U, and here add control rotation pitch. Now let's comment camera controls. Let's bring it here and choose auto poses player 0. To save the content of the level, press this icon. Now we need to add a chaos wheeled vehicle movement because we have our vehicle has more than 4 wheels. If you have a vehicle with more than 4 wheels, use the chaos wheeled vehicle component. But if your vehicle is less than four wheels and below, you can use the default vehicle component. Now, what we need to set up the wheels. Let's see, we have 8 wheels on each side, but I will add wheels only for these wheels and this sprocket, the drive sprocket and the front one. I will make them copy one of the wheel rotation, because they will cause problems if we make them driven by the component. Now we need 12 wheels. First we need to make another wheel. Let's make new wheel, chaos vehicle wheel, T72 wheel. Here let's make it affected by handbrake and by engine, and let's add ABS. Size I will set to 35, and then we will see if it's matching the size of the wheels of the tank. Max steer angle and affected by steering, we do not need it. Maximum race, we will modify this later according to the situation. Now we need the mesh to take the wheel name exactly. Now let's start with the left one. Choose the T72 wheel, and then we press the search or browse button to make it easier for us to add it next. Now let's paste the name, and instead of copying it, only change this number. Now it's 3, then it is 4, 5, also here 6, 7, because we started with the wheel number 2. Now at wheel 7. I will pause the recording now and complete the other wheels to keep the video short. Now after I finish the wheels, now we add the controls for the throttle. First move forward and move right. Here we need set throttle input, set brake input, let's get it and multiply it by -1, because the brake is the reverse of the is the opposite of the throttle. And here we need to go to the arcade controls. Where is the arcade controls? Arcade control. Torque control. Set it as enabled. Then use your torque scaling. I will choose 2.5 and we will test it and see it. Set your input. Now let's test. Sorry. Sorry for the inconvenience. The Unreal Engine crashed on me again. Now, let's test it. Move forward doesn't work because we forgot to set the mesh to simulate physics. Where is the mesh? Simulate physics. And let's go to the physics asset. Uh, select all bodies and delete. Then show all bones. Let's find the cog. This one. We need to make it multi-convex. And this one maybe it's 32 and 128 or whatever you want. You can make it a a box or a rectangle. But this looks more accurate. If you make it like me, you delete this uh, physics asset because it will interfere with the movement of the vehicle. The turret, we will add a a sphere collision component because if we make it independent and simulate physics, it will fall, and at that time we will need to make physical animation, and we do not need physical animation now. Let's leave the turret now. Maybe if you want to make a hit component for them, you can make them later. Now let's make sure everything is simulate physics simulated. Now let's test again. Now let's test it. It's turning, but very slow. It does not move forward or backward. Let's check what was wrong. Let's check. I think we need to increase the torque, and also we need to make a engine torque curve. Now at time 0 the value will be 0, and at time, maybe let's make it take 3 seconds to get full torque. Now let's check. Now it's moving forward, get backward, it's turning. Now let's animate the tracks, and also we need to make these wheels rotate with the other wheels. Now we need bone driven controller. This one, I will choose the source bone as the wheel. Now let's start with the right or the left. Which one is? Yes, the left wheel. The source component is translation Z, and the destination mode bone, and the target bone is, let's choose the thread left wheel track 2, and translation only Z. Now we need to repeat this one for every wheel. Now I'll make the left wheel, then pause the, now let's copy, duplicate this, duplicate 6. Now we have 6. Let's change. Now the left wheel 2, let's left wheel 3, and left track 3. Here left track 4 and left wheel 4. Here left wheel 5 and left track 5. Here 6, left wheel 6 and left track 6. Here we reach the 7, wheel 7 and the track 7. Now let's connect this. Now I'll pause the video to complete the right wheels. Now after we finished the uh, wheels and tracks, now let's make the sprocket wheels follow the rotation of or copy the rotation of another wheel. Copy rotation, copy bone. We need 4 of these. No, we only need copy the rotation. The bone. Now let's connect them first. First one, the source bone. For the right one, I will choose wheel, for left one, I mean, left wheel 4. And the target is left wheel 1. Here also left wheel 4. The target is left wheel 9. Left wheel 9. Same thing for the right wheels. I will choose the right wheel 4 to be the source. The target will be now right wheel 1 and 9. Source the right wheel 4, right wheel 9. Now we need to connect the others. Now let's test. Let's see the result. It's moving, but I think we need to make the wheels bigger. Increase the radius. Let's make it 45. Now the track is moving up and down. Also the sprocket wheels. I think the torque is too much, or no, yeah, I'll decrease it, or I'll increase the weight of the vehicle. The weight, what is the mass? Let's make it 2000. Now, before we test, let's make the track animations. Let's first comment. Now the track animation is these animations. First we need to activate the offset V. This is the logic for it. It's already made by the vigilante content. It calculates the offset of the normals to give us the illusion that the track is moving forward or backward. Now to make them work, let's make custom event track animation. Now we need the mesh and set scalar parameter on material. Parameter name, we need to write this exactly, even with the capital or small letter. Offset V. Offset V. The parameter value, I will get it from the vehicle speed. Get speed from the speed in miles per hour. Let's comment on this. Track animations. Now let's make them run on tick. Track animation. Let's make the spring arm smaller, make it 1000 to see the track movement. Now let's move. Now the tracks are moving. They need a bit of adjustment. So flipped. I think the vehicle is too light. Let's make it heavier. Mass 3500. To prevent it from rolling over or flipping, increase the roll bar scaling to 1. Now I will add the turret controls. Begin to play. We need the blueprint class 2 T72 tank blueprint. We need the control rotation and the actor rotation. Here get control rotation and get actor rotation. We need the delta rotation, delta rotator, delta. Now break the rotator. Now the yaw, turret yaw, let's call it, and the pitch, gun pitch. Here we need the modify transform bone. We need two, one for the turret and one for the gun. Now this one, let's make it for the turret. Turret INT. Do not need translation, we will need the rotation and scale. Here the turret, we need the O. Let's test it. 45. Should we go to the right? We need first to complete this. This one gun. We do not need translation and do not need the scale. Add to existing. Break the rotation. Let's test if it's the right one. Yes, it is the right one. We need the gun pitch, clamp, we need to clamp the value between, I think the real tank is gun depression is -5 and elevation I think 25 degrees. Now let's test. We need to first change the component space to of the gun to make it parent bone space, and also the multiply the value by -1. Now the gun, let's make it parent bone space, and the gun pitch, let's multiply it here, multiply them by -1, -1. Multiply by -1. 5 degrees. Let's test it. Now I think the turret is moving weird. We need to also make it parent bone space. Let's change here animation turret parent bone space. Now it's moving normal. I want to first viewport, shift and F1. I want to eject or unpossess. Yeah, it's working well. It's because we ejected. Now if we repeat it again. Uh, oh, this error for another for the AA gun, but when you get this error, this means that the animation blueprint loaded before the tank blueprint, and for a small amount of time it couldn't load the blueprint, but after the blueprint loaded it resolved. But you will get this error. But to resolve this one, you will need to add a small delay here, delay for 0.2 seconds enough. Now where's the A gun? Let me delete it. Where did I put it? Here you go. So we delete this one and the other one also here. Now let's test. Now we are moving. Now let's still it's getting a problem because the animation blueprint loads uh, before the tank blueprint. I will make valid valid node is better than the giving a delay, and if it's not valid, delay 4.2 seconds and go back to check if it's valid or not. Let me make it look better. It's ugly now. No, let's start. Still having a problem. Let's decrease the time, make it 0.1. Still we have the same error. Let's make it more. Hmm. Better than this one, than this mess. What we need is to take this valid node and put it here. This one is better and will guarantee you will not have this error again. Get the blueprint that's having the error and check if it is valid. This will check if it's valid every time. This every time the animation update. This is like the tick in the regular blueprint. Now let's start. No, there is no error. To get rid of the error this error is annoying. You need to add a valid node before the values that you want to get from this blueprint. I think the video is becoming long. Thank you for watching. See you on the next video where we will implement the shooting. I uh, I will implement the shooting and the death also and destruction of the tank. Thank you very much.